everyone, Jimmy Grant here. Today I want to talk to you something that I think often gets overlooked in the gypsy jazz world and just guitar playing in general, and that's getting a good sound. Of course, it comes from the right hand and the left hand coordination. So we're going to show you some practices to work on that and work on your keeping these two things together. It's very important. But first, let's talk about. I have some links you should check out before. I have my blog, and you can have some free PDFs for you with arpeggios, which we'll talk about some arpeggios in this lesson as well. So please subscribe below, like and subscribe, share this video. If you have any questions, comment below, or you can even email me. My email address is on my profile. So reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, first I'm just going to play an arpeggio for you, and this is going to start how we practice. This is how we practice getting a good sound, because you have to practice it. It takes time. So here we go. Here's just a simple A minor arpeggio. Okay, we're going to go over this a lot in the lesson. So if you don't know this arpeggio, you can check out another lesson video I have here. And then also we're going to talk about how I hold the pick, and this is based off the Django Reinhardt Gypsy Jazz style, which is, I use this edge of the pick. I like the Dolan because you can get a better sound. Some people like a thicker pick with a pointier end. The point is, you want the pick to go through the string as fast as possible. Not as fast as possible, but as comfortable as possible, as relaxed as possible. You want to be relaxed when you play. So when I play, the pick is a little bit loose, so it's not too tight. If you hold it like that, you're going to tire yourself out. So let's make sure we're not gripping the pick too tight. And when I play the pick, I'm hitting the string at an angle, at about a 45-degree angle. So when I practice this, I'm making sure I'm using the rest stroke, which is picking through the string onto the next string, but I'm not picking in the next string. So watch here. See where my picking hand lands? It lands on the next string. It's resting on the next string. That's why they call it the rest stroke. So let's go over this arpeggio real quick. So when you practice these things, you want to make sure every note is clean. Remember when you first picked up the guitar and you learned. And you spent so much time just making sure that sounded right. It's the same here for whatever style you're playing. So you just want to practice slow until it's good. You want to make sure it's even. You don't want to be playing the notes too loud. It's unnecessary. It doesn't sound good. And it's too loud. No one wants to hear you play like that. So you probably shouldn't. You don't want to play like... When you start hitting the strings too loud, the strings start to vibrate against the frets, and you get all kinds of unnecessary sounds from your guitar. So you want to make sure every note's clear and legible. Of course, when you get to playing faster tempos, sometimes when you're transcribing things, you realize it's a little bit sloppy when people play them. So it's just how it is when you play that fast. But the goal is to not be like that. So you want to. So let's talk about some ways to practice this, and ways I like to practice it is just turn your metronome on, keep it a little bit slow, as slow as you have to. Even. All the notes need to sound even. Like I said, if you don't know these arpeggios, you can see them here. If you want to know more about the right hand and how I hold the pick, I have a short video, about 6 minutes, you can check out right here. Anyways, so this is one exercise, just playing arpeggios like this. You can go up a fourth. just making sure things are clean. So the idea is just that you're playing clean and it makes sense and rhythmically. So it's great to work on this with the metronome. So I'm going to show you another exercise that's just good for this. And it's just chromatically from open strings. And it's good for your left hand too. So So the whole concept here is that you're practicing in a way that you're slowing things down enough so you can play them. It's very important to make sure you're practicing everything clear. I'll give you one more thing you can play with, which is the C major scale, and you can move this up the neck. It's from the Segovia scales. So it goes like this. So here's a couple more exercises you can do that just to get your brain working in a way where you're not overplaying and you're making sure your notes are clean and you're playing in time. I'll turn the metronome back on for this. I have it at 83 beats per minute. It's kind of boring. That's one voicing for a major scale, but it's one way to practice playing clean. You want every note to be heard. And try to make sure you're perfectly on the beat. It takes time to get that down. Making sure it's clean, and also making sure you have the right notes. I kind of flubbed it on that E over E major there. So let's do it again. So you get the idea, just going up half step after half step and just making sure everything's clean. I'm playing the notes fairly staccato here. Make making sure your arms are relaxed and everything. But the biggest thing here is getting a good sound. And that's not with overplaying. If you're trying to play loud, you're gonna get a bad sound. It's just how it works. If you try to play let's take this classic Django Reinhardt riff. If you try to play it that loud, mm-mm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So making sure everything's clean and you're not overplaying. This is big. So I recommend just running scales, chromatic things. And just making sure you get a good sound. And this goes the same for playing chords, making sure your fingers are holding the strings down all the way. You want to make sure that it's clear. Make sure you're working the muscles in your finger to get there. So the whole idea is the notes need to be clear. Anyways, that's all I have for you on getting a good sound today. But anyways, please comment below, like and subscribe, share. If you have any questions, go below and check out all the links I have below. I have some free PDFs down there, 3 free PDFs, some minor swing stuff, some arpeggios to practice, some of the stuff we went over today, some common endings, and then check out my blog down there as well. And please share with your friends, and we'll see you soon.